So today's intro is coming to you from the Gunpowder River. It's a Saturday morning, still pretty early, a little bit chilly out. I've got a new nymph I'm going to tie up for you, and then we'll give it a shot today. It's a little 3 material fly tied on either a clink hammer or a scud hook. The body is just a pretty simple fluorescent orange, either a thread or a floss. It's got a little bit of peacock herl for a thorax, and then some kind of black or dark soft hackle like a starling or any kind of small bird like that for the collar. But it's a really simple tie, and I've had some success with similar patterns like this before, but not this exact one. Make sure you stick around after the tie if you want to see me fishing this thing on the Gunpowder River. So there it is in the vise, what I call just a fluorescent orange. I'm calling it a nymph, but it's really just as much an old school spider type wet fly as anything, but I fish it as a nymph. And I'm tying this on a curved hook. This is a clink hammer, size 16. It's a barbless, 1 extra short. And how I do the body, I just put some 240 denier thread in a spool, and then I will catch it in maybe a third of the way back. Right there, that'll work. Get a few wraps, get it caught in. We'll cut the tag off, and then we'll go down as far as we want the body and bring it back up to the front. Oop, watch the point of my hook. I've just kind of nicked it right there. That happens, but we're gonna be fine. So take it back as far as you want your body to be. Now second layer, going back up. And when we get back up here to the front, we'll go ahead and do a 3 or 4 turn whip finish. And don't worry if it's a little bit messy right there, because we're going to catch in our standard black tying thread, and this is a 70 denier. I'm going to take it back over that where I'm going to catch in the next component. So that should be fine right there. And the next component, just a couple strands, peacock herl. We're only going to do a couple of wraps, maybe 3, so 2 strands of this herl will probably get you 3 flies or so. But leave your thread just a little bit forward of this herl. Go ahead and put 2 or 3 wraps here. And one of the reasons I do the herl is, well, because any fly with peacock herl is going to be a great fly, but because it'll also make these legs stick out just a little bit, kind of like a true old school spider. So this is a starling wing right here, and I'm just going to catch it in right in front of this peacock herl. Don't go real tight because this is a fairly delicate feather, but 2 or 3 wraps to get it caught in, fold it back, and a few more wraps to just really lock that stem in. Now we've got this little tip to contend with, but that's easy enough just to snip right here. Now this is not a very long feather, so I'm going to take my spring-loaded Hackle pliers right here, and I'm only going to do 2 wraps. And again, don't worry how this feather is oriented. If you've got the barbs leaning forward or back, you can kind of manipulate that when you're doing your head. And in fact, having them stick out might be a more effective fly anyway. But if you don't want them, sticking directly out, you can kind of sweep them back when you're building your thread head. So a couple of wraps right there to get that locked in, and let's snip this and see what we've got. Okay, that's plenty of legs right there. It's a fairly sparse fly, so just pull everything back and then go ahead and build your little thread head right here. There we go. I think we've got enough room for a whip finish. But there you go. Maybe a drop of head cement, a little bit of cleanup, but I think we got a fishable fly here. So stick around a couple of minutes if you want to see me fishing this thing on the Gunpowder River this morning. So I'm starting today parked at Falls Road, wading it upstream, and there is a lot of water that looks like this. Pretty fast, got some rapids and riffles and chutes. There are some sections with wider, flatter pools, but there's an awful lot of water that looks like this. So this spot I'm gonna hit with this 2 nymph rig and an indicator, what I'll do, just there it is. Just throw it out there in this fast water, let it drift down through these, you know, these riffles here. And then also pick the spots along the edge where there might be some seams. So let's see if we can't get anything out of this little hole here. There's one. There's one. Oh, he's all right. Feels pretty good for the gunpowder. All right, don't let him get down too far in this super fast water. He hasn't come up yet. There he is. All right, let's get the net for this guy. All right. There's one. There's one. What did he take? I think he took the nymph. Yeah, he did. Not huge. Hasn't come all the way up yet. Oh, a rainbow. Look at that. Nice. Get the net for this guy. Not big, but decent. See that little fly right there? Pretty little rainbow. All right, get on back in there, guy. Well, I only ended up with the 2 on the orange nymph. I did get a couple on dry flies, neither of those very big either, but I'll probably keep a couple of these orange nymphs in my box and give them another try. So that's it, everybody. Appreciate you watching.